All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another reaction video on the Speak Easy podcast with yours truly, Emmanuel Acho. This reaction will be about Kevin Durant isn't special without Steph Curry. Now, we know where this is coming from. We know Emmanuel Acho and Kevin Durant have had some words for each other in the past through social media. We know that. I'm just ready for this narrative to be over. But. Let's get right to it.
Down in an interview, there's an Unguarded Boardroom podcast. I believe that's what it is. The Unguarded podcast. Yeah, everybody got a podcast now. I mean,
we got a show here.
We got a. Oh,
we do.
There we go. We have a show. This is a show, not a podcast. No,
we live. This is a show.
Kevin Durant sat down with some guys and essentially said that he views himself as in that upper echelon of basketball talents all time. I'll let you guys take a listen.
I mean, the top, like
numero uno.
I just look at it like I can't relate to Michael Jordan's, the Kobe's, LeBron's. I mean, I could talk deeply about the game of basketball with all of them.
You at that table?
Larry Bird, I'm at that table
for sure.
Like, I'm not saying I'm better.
He's 100% at that table. He's not in the table with Michael Jordan and LeBron James, but the Larry Birds, he's at that table. He's 100% at that table. And trying to say he's not is crazy. Trying to say he's not at that table is ridiculous. But let's let the video continue. Let's let the video continue. I'm not going to be doing too much pausing because this video is 44 minutes long. Like, I'm not going to be doing too much talking.
Because it don't really matter.
Fellas, do y'all think KD is in the same tier?
Look at him.
I got some important information.
Okay, there we go. Let's get back to that.
The reason he's not saying he's better, they're better, is because they're better. That's why he's not saying it. You can't call yourself better than somebody who you know, objectively speaking, is better than you. Now, is Kevin Durant more talented physically than maybe any basketball player in the history of the game? You could suggest outside LeBron James? Sure, absolutely. I will never deny that, ever deny that. But if what you see is all you see, then you don't see all there is to be seen. Because to me in sports, in basketball, it's not just how good are you. It's how good do you make those around you. I have said it before, and I will say it again. Basketball players are not the best version of themselves with Kevin Durant. Westbrook was
real quick, guys. Real quick. I want to look at something real fast. It's so crazy to me how this is how close Kevin Durant's whole narrative on his career would have changed. If he takes a half a step back, the entire narrative around Kevin Durant's career would have changed. It would have changed. It would have changed. The whole narrative on his 17-year career would have changed with this right here. Because we talk about how much Kevin Durant doesn't make teams better. Doesn't make teams better. I understand that. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Kevin Durant's MVP season. No, because we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Kevin Durant's MVP season. Kevin Durant's MVP season where Russell Westbrook played just a little bit over half of the games that season and missed 2 months. For this Oklahoma City Thunder team. Mind you, the Oklahoma City Thunder finished 59-23. Let's look at what Kevin Durant averaged while Russell Westbrook was out. Since he doesn't make his teammates better, since he doesn't make teams better, since he doesn't make the teams around him better. While Russell Westbrook was out, he was averaging 35-7-7 or 35-7-6 on damn near 50-40-90. 53% from the field, 40% from three, and 88% from the line. Oh, and let's look at the team. The Thunder were 20-7. Best record through that stretch. Best record through that stretch with a top 10 offense in basketball. And a top 10 defense in basketball. I present to you the 2021 NBA playoffs against the Milwaukee Bucks, where Kyrie Irving misses half the series, and we all know James Harden is hampered through that series as well. He averages 35-11-5. 35-11-5. Now I present to you the 2021-2022 NBA season, where we all know James Harden was traded, Kyrie Irving missed the first 3 months of basketball, and Kevin Durant averaged 37.5 and 6 assists, while the Brooklyn Nets were still a top 10 team in basketball, if you want to look at record, and still a top 12 offense in basketball. But he doesn't make his teams better. Kevin Durant doesn't make his teams better. It just really confuses me how people try and act as if Kevin Durant is not making teams better. He's not making guys around him better. Yeah, unfortunate things happened in the postseason. Yes, he could not win in 2023 with the Phoenix Suns. He could not win in 2021 when Kyrie Irving was down and James Harden was hampered and he had his foot on the line after he made the shot. And he also didn't score in overtime. Yes, I get it. But trying to say he doesn't make teams better when there's multiple cases and scenarios where he's made his teams better. Just gonna...
Without Kevin Durant. Harden was an MVP without Kevin Durant. As opposed to when you look at other players, LeBron James.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that. Isn't this James Harden on the MVP ladder while he played with Kevin Durant? If I'm not mistaken, let's just try and zoom in on this real quick because I don't know if I'm tripping, but I think that says James Harden for the Brooklyn Nets in 2021 in the MVP voting while playing next to Kevin Durant.
Turned Kai into a champion. Steph Curry, he was a champion without Kevin Durant. He was an MVP without Kevin Durant. You are not the best version of yourself basketball-wise when you play with Kevin Durant. Is he exclusively physically talented as anybody that's ever played the game?
So I'm lost. I'm lost. And mind you, this video's 7 minutes long. We're about 2 minutes in. I'm not going to keep pausing because this is a long video. This is a 44-minute video.
Against me outside of maybe a 6'9", 260-pound LeBron James? Sure. But there's so much more to sports than physical talent. That's why, no, I don't think KD considered it at a table with Bird, who got himself 3 chips. I don't think he considered a table with LeBron, who went to 10 straight. I don't think he considered a table with Jordan that's got 6 for 6 no game set. He considered a table with Steph, the one before him, one.
I don't think he could sit at the same table as Bron and Jordan. Cool. But he can sit at the same table with Steph and Bird. He 100% can. He 100% can. I think he can sit at the same table with Steph and Bird.
With them, one after him. I don't think he can sit at those tables. Talent alone, sit at whatever table you want. But sports is way more than talent to me. It's way more than physical gifts to me.
I agree with KD. He can sit at all them tables.
Absolutely.
100%.
Thank you.
And I've said this before.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to say it again. What player can you name that you can remember that's been the best player on every team he's always been on from start to finish? None. Kevin Durant. He's the only one. He was the best player when he got drafted on that team.
Yes.
And he's been the best player on every single team he's ever been on.
So we don't want to say LeBron James?
Is
LeBron
the
better
best
than
player
Luka right now?
Counting the 22nd
He's playing.
Can we use,
KD and his
can we
18?
use some ration?
No,
Can we use
no.
some ration?
Okay.
Can we use some
In
realistic
year
logic
21,
here?
Luka was the best player last year.
LeBron was in year 21 last year and 22 now. Let's use some ration
All
now.
I'm saying is Kevin Durant, from his rookie year to now, has been the best player on every single team he's ever been on. When you can say that, you are the best. You can sit at any table.
I disagree with that.
Hold on, who are the two other guys you would say?
First and foremost,
You would
and I
say-
promise you I will die on this hill. I will die today, right here and now on this hill. Steph Curry was the better player on that Golden State
No
Warriors team.
way. No
Electric
way.
chair.
Lord,
Strike him
do
down
what
right
you
now.
want to.
I will say this. Who was the best player on that team is a very interesting conversation. I would probably say KD was the best player on the team. I think Steph was the most valuable player on the team. Just because he allowed Kevin Durant to get so much easier looks because the defense was not focused on Kevin Durant to the level that they were focused on Steph Curry. And that's not anything taken away from Kevin Durant. I still think he was the best player on that team, but I do think Steph was the most valuable player on the team. And that could probably be the same thing, but in this case, I don't think it is.
Do, Lord, but
No
you're not,
way.
because I ain't lying.
No way.
Because I ain't lying.
No way.
If you just want to talk about talent exclusively, sure. But y'all go look at the numbers, look at the data. The record that the Warriors had when Steph played and KD didn't was better than the record that the
When
Warriors
they
had
played in the
when
finals,
KD played.
KD got
and Steph-
MVP.
You don't even gotta look that far.
But here's my thing.
What was the
What do
record
y'all-
against the Toronto Raptors when KD was out and Steph and Clay were both playing?
And Klay Thompson
They were
was
down
out.
No,
3-1.
why they couldn't bring that home?
I don't want to hear that.
Because here's the
Clay got
other
hurt
thing.
in the finals. They were down 3-1.
Remember who you lost when you acquired Kevin Durant. It was not the same team. I'm not sitting here saying that the Warriors were going to win without Kevin Durant. I'm saying you could have replaced Kevin Durant, that 73-win team, with any first, second, or third team All-NBA player, and the Warriors were going to win. They were a 73-win team that was up 3-1. We do all this
Right, and they lost.
revisionist history.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I feel like this conversation is like it's starting to reach Bron versus Jordan level conversation. Like the whole Kevin Durant going to Golden State, that argument or that talking point is starting to get so freaking old, bro. Like, oh my God, yes, I understand. He went to Golden State. It was 10 years ago, bro. He went in the summer of 2016. We are a few days away from 2026. That whole Kevin Durant going to Golden State argument, that shit is old, bro. It's old. That talking point is old. You can put that right up with the Jordan versus Mike conversations, bro. That stuff is old. That stuff, like, I understand, yeah, it may have been bad for the league, yeah, it may have looked soft, but it happened. They won. It's over. That's
what I'm saying. You're up 3-1. You're up 3-1. KD goes out, and you can't bring it. You can't get us one
No,
game.
I'm talking the year before. I'm talking 73-win team without KD.
But Steph Curry, he's so humble though. Like if you ask him, he's so humble. Like Steph.
What
Curry,
does that have to do with being the better basketball player? What does that have to do with being the better basketball player?
Just the way he carries himself.
So this is the thing.
Please.
You don't even have to look at the statistics. You don't have to look at the numbers. You don't have to look. Pull up the game film.
Thank you.
No, brother.
Don't say
I'm with
thank
Acho on this.
Let
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Oh,
ahead,
he
bro.
was
Go
out
ahead.
there.
Let him
Go
talk.
ahead.
Let
Go
him
ahead,
talk.
bro.
What the hell are we doing
Go
in
ahead,
here?
bro.
Steph Curry was the one getting double teams and blitzes the minute he crossed half court, which allowed KD to get his shots off and do what he wanted to do in those finals and in the whole playoff run.
Whole playoff run.
You don't double team the second best player on the team on any basketball court in any NBA game.
Hello.
Hey, who was the leading scorer of
Hello.
that team?
KD.
Of course.
For the main reason that I just told you, Steph Curry was who they game
pull up
planned
shot
and
attempts
schemed
per game.
around.
Don't
Please.
be.
I will.
Here's
Please.
where we're
I'll pull it
lazy.
up.
Shooting percentage,
And,
please.
and,
I'll pull
and
it
what
up.
you got to
Thank
know in the
Thank you.
speakeasy, Emmanuel Acho will never be lazy. There's
Thank
a
you.
reason we went and got a generator so we could do this show. We're not going to be lazy.
Facts.
There's leading scorer, and there's also points responsible for. Because as soon as you start to factor in points responsible for, now it's Steph. Because assists don't matter all of a sudden.
No.
So, hey, okay.
All right,
So
now we
it's
wanna
one
do-
thing to just score.
We-
KD is a better scorer.
What is Steph Curry known for? Passing the ball or shooting the ball?
He's
Shooting the ball.
all
So
things.
he's not a guy that gets.
Okay, that's extremely surface level. Yeah, because he's known for shooting the ball, but he's known for shooting the ball like anyone we've ever seen and probably ever will see. That changes things on the floor. Like, I've talked about this. This Steph Curry's shooting is the reason why I think he has the greatest offensive peak of all time.
It's a ton of assists, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Who's a better defender, by the way?
Kevin
Not
Durant.
Durant.
Not even a remotely.
Kevin
not
Durant.
even
Kevin
close.
Durant.
By
Not
nature
even
being
close.
7 foot.
Not even
no.
close.
There's a lot of 7-footers that can't play.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this whole video. You guys know this is exactly what I do when it comes to reactions. That's all I do. I'm gonna watch the video. If I feel as though there's no talking points, because I don't want to post a reaction video where I'm just sitting and waiting on a talking point. So
Was phenomenal
He was.
on the Warriors defensively.
He was absolutely.
phenomenal.
Nobody's denying.
And still wasn't the best player on that team defensively.
Hello.
What, Kevin Durant? I mean, it was Draymond.
yeah, I was about to say that shouldn't be an argument. We know who the best player defensively was for that team. Okay.
the best player
Okay.
All right, cool.
So
Who's
he
making
wasn't
that argument?
So
Who's making stops though?
Where it's,
Like,
it's not
like-
as though KD was the best defensive player. He's a good defensive player. He was not a liability. But what I am factoring in, where y'all are omitting all the information that matters, is who is the glue.
So my final standpoint on this video is that this whole talking point is just extremely old with Kevin Durant and going to the Golden State Warriors. We are approaching 10 seasons, 10 years of Kevin Durant making that decision, and yet it's still a talking point, which I understand, which is one of the craziest decisions in NBA history. I understand that. But I feel as though there's not going to be any side swaying towards the other. And it's kind of like the GOAT conversation where you're not going to sway a guy that thinks Jordan is the GOAT, and you're not going to sway a guy that thinks LeBron's the GOAT. Like, I think in just regular conversations, that's not going to happen. And as far as Kevin Durant not being able to make teams better or make guys around him better, I just don't think that's true. We've gone through multiple scenarios and multiple different seasons where he's made guys around him better, or he's still held up a standard while other guys have been injured on rosters. So I just don't see the case. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys like this type of content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys follow me on TikTok at @TheBuzzerENT. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter @ATBSports1. And make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at @TheBuzzerSports_. And with all that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.